10th verse in Durga Saptashati. Shabdatmika sumivaragyajusham nidhana mudkhitaramya padapatavatancha samnam devi trayi bhagavati bhavabhavanaya vartasi sarva jagatam paramatihantri. This is the 10th sloka. Talks about Shabda. With sound as your essence, you are the treasury that holds the taintless Vedic hymns. Please. Devi is the treasury that holds the taintless Vedic hymns. Those hymns are sung to resound joyfully with your holy name. You are the blessed Devi who embodies the three Vedas. Devi Trayi, Trayi refers to Vedas here. Intent on conferring well-being, Sarva Jagatam Paramartihantri. You are the supreme destroyer of pain in all the worlds. All the worlds, maybe 14 worlds or 3 worlds. That is the literal meaning of this 10th shloka. Shankara noted in his commentary on Brahma Sutra that the Vedas declare from the earliest times that the world comes forth from the Vak, Shabda. Maybe I am repeating it many times because it's repeated here also. What I can do for that? Shankara in Brahmastra Bhasha, he mentioned it. World comes forth, universe, from the Vak, Shabda, literally sound. So he is telling here, sound as your essence, because we have already seen Vedic goddess Vak. We have seen in Sukta earlier. Vak, sound, is the creative word, not word, Shabda, through which and from which the universe comes into existence. It's the sound from which and through which the world come into existence. And most important is, in Shakta philosophy, when I use Shakta philosophy, it is not different from Vedic philosophy or Advaita philosophy. No. Only thing is, in Advaita, it is referred as Brahman. The only name changes. In Shakta philosophy, that Brahman we refer to Devi, that's all. So even when I say Shakta philosophy, may not be disturbed that we are going to a different philosophy. No. Shakta philosophy is understanding that Brahman, that Atman, that universal consciousness, cosmic energy, as Devi, that's all. Nothing else. It's not a totally different thing. It's only a name. According to this Shakta philosophy, divine reality is Devi, according to us. And its power of expression, the power of expression is sound. walk, or both are same. They are inseparable. The divine reality and its power of expression, sound, are one and inseparable. That means if I make a sound, say Hurim, this sound is the power of self-expression of the divine reality. That's all. The divine reality is same as Hrim. That is, walk is, the sound is the self-expression of divine reality. Hope there is no doubt about it. Still, I go a little ahead on this, little more elaborative on that. Try the message very clear. The pure consciousness, if you call it as Shiva, universal consciousness or pure consciousness. If you call by name Shiva, it is unchanging. It will not change. It is motionless, jada, okay? And therefore, it has no sound. It is ashabdha. The pure consciousness, if you call it as universal consciousness, that is Shiva, is not changing. And it is jada, motionless, and therefore it is ashabdha, soundless. Another reality, see, Shiva is also reality. We can't say no. That same reality, what is unchanging and motionless, that same reality, when it becomes a creative energy or a cosmic energy or universal energy called Shakti, it becomes dynamic. And its initial movement manifests as the vibration of sound. That means, once again, Shiva and Shakti are not separate. They are one. They are inseparable. Universal consciousness and energy are together only. One cannot be without other. Shabda, Ashabdha are together. Jada and Chara, both are together. The motion and motionless is both same. Dynamic and static, both are one. But once again, the Shakta philosophy regards mantra is the embodiment in sound. Mantra is the embodiment in sound. Of what sound? Sound of a deity. That means sound itself is deity. I want to communicate that. You don't look for sound deity anywhere. Look for the deity, look out for the deity, divine, which is universal consciousness and also energy. In this sound itself, don't look anywhere. Easy to find in sound. Okay. Shabda, sound, is the flow of the consciousness. The flow of consciousness from the one into many. That's it. The flow of consciousness From one into many is Shabda. How to explain this? Simple. What is now happening here in this satsang yagna today? Or every day? Or when you talk each other, speak. The flow of consciousness, Shabda, that is the flow of consciousness. From one into many. That's it. The process by which the one manifests as the many through the creative word walk, which is described in various ways by different philosophical systems. Whatever the philosophy, leave alone Shakta philosophy, they are described same thing in different ways. That is, the process by which one manifests as the many through the creative walk, sound. That is the truth. Only one supreme manifests as many. How? Through the creative sound, word, walk. This is true, which is described in different ways by different philosophies. That's all. There's no difference. For that, I can refer to one of the disciple of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He was Brahmananda Swami, he is known as. He mentioned somewhere, which is a footpath for all of us, some statements of the great people. One sentence make us think throughout our life will not be able to get answer. He says, show me the line of demarcation where matter ends and spirit begins. Very nice. That is, in other words, tell me the line of borderline, LOC, between the materialistic requirements and the adhyatmika learning. Come on, put a line and show me. Show me the line, he asks for it. You can't show the line. There is no border at all, which I have been always advocating. Please don't separate the materialistic life with our adhyatmika life. They are not separate. Once we want to separate both of them, we will be nowhere. Because we are searching something which is not existing there. Very good example is from Brahmananda statement. Show me the line of demarcation where the materialistic life ends and Adhyatma life begins. That is, in worldly life, Adhyatma lies. In Adhyatma life, worldly life exists. They are each other together. This is one of the best philosophies I want to promote very widely. Then we have a wonderful society. It is not that after 70 I think of spiritual knowledge. At 30 I will not think of it. I will think only about making money. No. No, no, no. There is no age limit for it. It's not getting a admission to school, 5 years, 10 months. No. There is no line between that. No line. Please don't draw line. Because when I say online, what we talk about Durga Saptashati. We talk about spiritual. Sir, this is not for me, sir. Tell me something which can give me some money. Or I have some problem with my wife. Or I have problem with my husband. I don't have children. I have no answer for those things. It's a part of it. It is like, always we say, anyway, it is not, I can go on giving a lot of example for it. It will not take us anywhere. If we understand that, there is no LOC, line of control between these two. Because there cannot be LOC. There is no bond at all. Or this is together. You need to find yourself. We need to understand our Atma Sakshatkara, along with our routine living in this world. That's what it is. That's why she is called Nitya, which is constant. It is apparent diversity of the universe that abides the all-pervading unity, which is always constant at Nitya. One more thing. Most of the sacred texts, whatever we come across today, what we call sacred, Devi is the source. If you replace the Devi into any other thing, never mind. You call Brahman, I have no problem. Call Shiva, no problem. Call Vishnu, no problem. Like calling Ulundappa with Uttappa. That's all. It is same. That is the source for most of the sacred texts. The Vedas particularly. We know that the Veda is knowledge. In what knowledge? In the sense of liberating awareness that sees the divine reality as it is. That's all. If we cannot see that divine reality as it is, then what is the fun in understanding divinity? You'll be seeing something else, that's all, not divinity at all. If we cannot see the divinity as it is in reality, then we are not seeing the divinity at all. Is it not so? The Vedas recorded that knowledge. How? By those seeds in the state of deepest contemplation, which you have seen when we are talking about Saundar Lahari, Chakra, Anahas Chakra. I think it is 38th verse, where the Shiva Shakti are named as Hamseshwari and Hamseshwara. When we meditate on that, the sound is heard, the music is heard, and those seeds who wrote that Vedas and all, they heard the voice. They heard the conversation between Shiva and Shakti, and they wrote it. Same thing is told here also. It is exactly same 38th sloka of Saundar Lahari. I am talking with the 10th sloka of 10th sloka of the Saptashati in 4th chapter. That knowledge revealed to them in state of deepest contemplation. Yes. Devi Trayi Bhagavati. This Trayi refers to three Vedas. Embodying the three Vedas reflects that Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, and Samaveda are respectively the forms of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. That's why the first Charita says Rigveda Swarupam. Second Charita says Yajurveda Swarupam. The third Charita from 5th chapter onwards, it says Samaveda Swarupam, Mahalakshmi Devata. Rig, Yaju, Samaveda are the forms of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. When we are understanding Devi Mahatmya or Durga Saptashati, we are really understanding all three Vedas. Exactly. Okay. And the reference to three Vedas in Saptashati excludes the fourth one, the Atharvana Veda. The manifestation of sound is Devi recalled. Now, manifestation of Vedic verses, also the form of Devi. Devi has manifested herself into three Vedas. That's what it reads. Devi Trai Bhagavati. And it also reads Udgita here. Shabdatmika Sivarlakta Hisham Nidhana Mudgita Ramya Padapatavatam Chasamna. This Udgita signifies Omkara, Pranava, the highest sound form of divinity. Sound of the primal vibration. It's the first vibration. What it does, that initiates the birth of the universe. Om, Udgita, that has initiated the birth of the universe. Devi manifests as what? As the world itself. And she acts in it. Through the power of the Vedas, which are nothing but none other than the expression of her own supreme power. Vedas are her own expression. And thus, she engages in conferring well-being and prosperity upon the world. Sarva Jagatam Paramarthi Hantri. She will be protecting all of us. She is the power of Vedas. In the polarized relative universe, well-being has an inevitable companion. Well-being is one. Paripalayamam, Primarti Hantri. The well-being has its inevitable companion. Who is that? That is tribulation, great affliction, sankata, better word to understand. Well-being is one side. Its companion is sankata, dukkha. Okay. So, the verse, this particular verse reminds us that merciful Divine Mother is also the supreme destroyer of that pain, sankata, in all the worlds. Well-being means relief of the sankata, that's all. That's what it says.